Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Got some bad news, guys and gals. Once the nation's largest manufacturer of kits for making homemade firearms, Polymer80 has closed up shop. This happened on Friday. Over the past 2 years, Polymer80 and its founders have reached legal settlements with Los Angeles, Baltimore, and Philadelphia, agreed to pay a combined $7.5 million and to stop selling their kits in California, Maryland, and many parts of Pennsylvania. And in Washington, D.C., they were ordered to stop sales in the district, and they were assessed with more than $4 million in penalties there as well. Plus, families who experienced losses because criminals did stuff, well, they just happen to have a Polymer80 in their hands, so they're being sued in those lawsuits as well. I told you this many times when we have these lawsuits that go after, first was Bushmaster, then we see this stuff going on where Mexico is trying to sue American gun manufacturers, and the settlements with Polymer80 and other groups. I said it's tough because it's the death by 1,000 cuts. They keep settling and nobody can really sustain that. Well, I'll tell you what the CEO of Polymer80 said right after I thanked the sponsor of the video, Sonoran Desert Institute. With millions of new gun owners in the U.S., the time's never been better to learn how to be a gunsmith. SDI offers online firearms technology education with hands-on labs and materials shipped right to your door. Course topics range from armorer's courses to shooting sports management, ballistics, gunsmithing, and much more. Get your education now and turn your passion for firearms into a successful career. Check out sdi.edu/GNG to get started today. Links are where they usually are. Also, if you're running out of time, if you want to save 23% on all of our Blackout Coffee products site-wide, including our new cold brew, use code LaborDay23 at blackoutcoffee.com/GNG. So the Biden-Harris administration has made it very difficult for Polymer80 as well. In 2020, under the orders of Joe Biden, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives changed the rules on how things operate, and that is the rule on frames and receivers. This rule changed how sellers were now going to be required, sellers of kits were required to add serial numbers to some parts and conduct background checks on prospective buyers. Plus, at least 14 states, plus DC, have restricted ghost guns altogether. Now, the Supreme Court will be hearing this frames and receivers case in October. I'm hoping it goes well. We won't hear anything until June, though. Now, P80 CEO Lauren Kelly Jr. said this on social media. P80 was getting sued left and right, probably twice a month. So in order to be able to stop the hemorrhaging, we had to shut down and get some things in order. I'm working on ways to take care of all the customers. If you ordered a Spectre 2, the machine shop was paid in full for all orders months ago. He is way behind schedule, but he is making them. P80 has to completely revisit how we participate in the market. They knew we were down and out of money, so every town and others kept suing us, no matter how ridiculous. So we are shut down for now. Once certain things I'm working on are cleared up, I'll be back in some way, shape, or form. I just don't exactly know what that looks like yet. I've been silent because every time I say anything, people make moves based on that, so I'm forced to be quiet. My two priorities are my customers and employees, and before I can take care of them as they should be, I have to get my feet back underneath me. That's all I can basically say without giving our enemies too much info. It's sad. It really is sad. Now, as you might imagine, every Town for Gun Safety is celebrating the closure, posting this on X. Breaking. Polymer80, the largest producer of ghost gun kits and parts in the country, has shut down. This comes after multiple lawsuits brought by Everytown Law. Polymer80's unserialized, untraceable ghost guns, bought and built without background checks, have been fueling our gun violence crisis for years. We've taken legal, regulatory, and grassroots approaches to hold the ghost gun industry accountable. Eric Tershwell, who's the director of law for Everytown for Gun Safety said, and I'll quote him, "The effort to address the illegal use of ghost guns was a combination of litigation, a push for rulemaking by the ATF, and states and cities passing laws cracking down on ghost gun sales. That led to first a shrinking of the market, then with the ATF, a shutting down of the market. It's sad that P80 was sued to the point that they had to close the business. It really is. It's even more telling that the anti-gun mob can sue a company that produces a constitutionally protected item out of business. Remember, the items didn't do anything. They're inanimate. Criminals did all the bad stuff. And there are millions of law-abiding people who do nothing wrong with their Polymer 80s. I know, fact schmacks, right? Now, hopefully, Polymer 80 reemerges with a solid footprint in the industry. But I thought I would just give you the news because it's bad. It really is bad. And the other companies that happen to make a product, I'm sure you're on the target list as well. So take that information as you will. My hat is off to P80, and hopefully they are able to come back from this. Guys and gals, please pass this along. Many people in the industry are big Polymer 80 fans, and it's just, it sucks. It sucks that they had to shut down because of ATF and Everytown and the anti-gun states suing them left and right. I'll see y'all in the next one. Take care.